Philadelphia 76ers are delusional. After the New York Knicks had a very exciting win against the Philadelphia 76ers last night, the 76ers were rightfully upset that they absolutely botched it, and now they are trying to take it out on the New York Knicks in the NBA. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into the video as we always do, the same way that the 76ers jump right into making mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. So look, last night the New York Knicks were down 5 points with around 35 seconds to go, but Jalen Brunson hit a three, and then the 76ers did what they did best, which is screwed up. And then the Knicks got the ball back. Donte DiVincenzo actually missed the three, but the 76ers did what they do best, and they screwed up. And then Donte DiVincenzo got another opportunity, and he hit the three. And now the 76ers are whining, whether it's Joel Embiid, whether it's Nick Nurse. Everyone in Philadelphia is upset. And let me just say before we jump into it, I found it hilarious watching the 76ers side of the broadcast in a tweet because they're the worst broadcast in the world. But look, Joel Embiid then said this after Game 2. We're going to win the series. We're going to win this. We know what we've got to fix. We did a better job today, so we're going to fix it. We're the better team, and we're going to keep fighting. He also mentioned that they should be up 2-0 in the series, not down 2-0. Well, this does look like the body language of a player who's ready to take on a 2 seed as the 7th seed. Once he dropped the first 2 games of the series, he looks like he can't wait to get home and play more basketball. I mean, Joel Embiid just clearly looks locked in here. He's clearly not deterred at all by what's gone on this series, aka them losing 2 games, partially due to the fact that Joel Embiid is playing an inefficient brand of basketball. But no, he's hurt. Oh no, Julius Randle's not playing this series. Like, we're not dealing with injuries? Shut up. We're dealing with more injuries than the Philadelphia 76ers are. But no, Maxi's hurt. Embiid's hurt. Our all-NBA power forward is out for the season with shoulder surgery. He is one of the most important players of our team, and we're still wiping the floor with Philadelphia. And look, the fans are mad because the Philadelphia fans are always mad at everything ever. And obviously Joel Embiid's mad, saying they should be up 2-0, which is just him coping. And Nick Nurse is mad, and they have filed a grievance with the NBA over, I don't know, poor officiating apparently. As it says here, the grievance the 76ers plan to file with the NBA are to include calls at the ends of games 1 and 2, plus they claim they were the most disadvantaged team in the last 2 minutes throughout the regular season, and they also allege the Knicks are including private information about refs in their game notes. Now, I don't know if this private information is allowed or, available to the public, or not the public, but at least the NBA teams, but if the Knicks are doing something that's available to them and you're not, you're just not preparing well enough, and there's really not much else to say on that. You're just poorly prepared. And also, you're the most disadvantaged team in the final 2 minutes. No one cares. No one cares. No one cares. Every team thinks they're the most disadvantaged team in the final 2 minutes. Do we not remember when Jason Goebel didn't or called that foul on Jalen Brunson against the Houston Rockets? The Knicks had their own issues too. We get it. You think you're the victim of a lack of calls because you're the victim of mistakes. Look, the Philadelphia 76ers can't do anything right. This has been a pattern for literally as long as I've been alive, outside of Allen Iverson, who they just did a bang-up job getting help for. Also with Allen Iverson separately, you guys got every single call in that Bucks series. The Bucks should have won that series, but because the NBA wanted Iverson instead of Milwaukee in the NBA Finals, the 76ers walked to the Finals. Karma. But regardless, because I don't really care about the Milwaukee Bucks at all. I don't care about the Ray Allen Bucks. I don't care about this Bucks. I don't care. I only care about Bucks and dollar bills. That was so stupid. That was so I should just stop. I should quit. But look, in all seriousness, the Philadelphia 76ers are filing this grievance because, well, they just think they're not getting calls. Flat out, they think they're just getting biased calls, and that the Knicks have personal information about the refs that they're using in their game plans. Well, again, if it's available, then they should use it, and the 76ers are wrong not to. But the big complaints is like, well, why didn't they get the timeout? Well, why didn't Nick Nurse call a timeout the second that first three went down? And if he did, then maybe he should have went up to the ref and actually called the timeout loudly. It's MSG. The arena's loud. Do you expect the ref to hear anything? Do what Tom Thibodeau does every time he calls a timeout. Whether they're bringing the ball up, he's going to alert the ref saying once they get up the court, timeout. Or he runs, he sprints to the ref and screams timeout in his ear so he can hear him, so the ref can hear him. The fact that Nick Nurse went like this, if that happened before the inbound, what do you expect? You expect the refs are just watching you? No, they're watching the ball. They're watching the game that they're supposed to watch. You have to alert them that you're calling a timeout. They can't just read your mind. They can't read your mind, dude. They cannot. So I don't understand what this whole thing is about. And as Fred Katz mentions, the 76ers grievance is not an official protest of tonight's game, which means it will not affect the outcome of Game 2. The Knicks will remain up 2-0. The 76ers wanted to voice their displeasure with the officiating and felt this was the best path. AKA, they just want, like, calls. They're just going in there like, can you give us the calls? Can we get the calls now? We're not good, and we make mistakes all the time, like drafting Markelle Fultz or drafting Ben Simmons or drafting Jahlil Okafor in, well, back-to-back years. And then can we also get help because we traded for Jimmy Butler and then signed Tobias Harris over him? Maybe if the 76ers didn't make every single mistake they could have possibly made, they wouldn't be in this situation to begin with. I mean, if Jimmy Butler were on this team, they wouldn't be a 7th seed, and they wouldn't be facing the Knicks, and if the Knicks did face them, the Knicks would lose the series. So the 76ers should really file a grievance with themselves for whoever the hell decided that they should sign Tobias Harris over Jimmy Butler. That's the real grievance here, and I don't care if that's years old, because they probably would, be a real contender or might have a championship if they did that. But no, they're stupid. And as this Knicks fan said, what the 76ers should really file a grievance on is the fact that Joel Embiid had 0 rebounds in the second half. Hold this L. We're on our way to Philly to hand you 2 more. Obviously, us Knicks fans, we're like that. It's the Northeast. It's the Northeast in America. The fan bases are crazy, whether that's Philly, whether that's New York or Boston. These 3 cities, we go nuts for our teams. I don't know why, because the Northeast is the most interesting part of the country, so we have more than sports to really be excited about. I mean, I live in New York City. I could go outside and go do something interesting. I mean, I guess if you live in, like, Philadelphia, you could go to, like, one of the college campuses or get, like, a cheesesteak. That's pretty cool. Like, Philly's a cool place. Maybe go frolic in the sun because, I mean, this series is over. Y'all not winning. It's not happening. I don't understand this grievance, but Nick Nurse had to say on it. The first thing is, obviously, they score. We take a look at getting it in quick. We don't get it in quick. I call a timeout. We'll call one louder and go to the refs like Tibbs does. You're across from Tibbs. You should know how to call a timeout, Nick. Referee looked right at me, ignored me, and went to Tyrese Maxey. I called a timeout again, then the melee started. I mean, I guess I've got to run out onto the floor and do something to make sure I get his attention. Yes, you do. But I needed a timeout there to advance it. It would have been good, but I didn't get it. Then run out onto the court, Nick. Just do that. Why are you complaining? It's your fault. This is your error that the second the Knicks made the 3, you were dumb enough to let the team inbound the ball on the side that the Knicks could steal it and instantly score. I mean, how the hell do you not understand that if you advance the ball, at least if it gets stolen, the team that steals the ball is not on the same end of the court where their basket is? That is your fault for being stupid enough to imagine that the Knicks would not trap you there. There was 27 seconds left. They're not going to instantly foul because they're not a dumb organization like Philadelphia is. Wow, I can't wait for 76ers fans to see this if they do. Also, though, separately, shout out Sixers Digest and Sean Bernard. We're going to get a duo going just because we're both cool, and it probably won't be me calling the 76ers stupid as much because that's not fun. But we'll talk about this game. We'll break it all down. We'll probably do some other stuff also just because it's fun. Sean's a cool guy. Really good 76ers fan. Not that biased, which is sick. And he's just great dude. If you guys care about the 76ers, definitely check out Sixers Digest. I watch it a lot just because Sean's absolutely the GOAT. So, guys, make sure to tune in for when me and Sean get this duo going. Make sure to tune in to Knicks Digest. I'm going to keep making fun of teams that we play in the playoffs because the 76ers are not the only team we're playing in the playoffs this year because they're way too stupid to win a playoff series. Not our fault. Get better management. Maybe, I don't know, care more. I don't know. Guys, have a great day. Go Knicks. Knicks in 5 or 4 because the 76ers are just that dumb.